What's up guys, my name is Your Heroes and welcome back to more Call to Arms, and I hope everybody's having a great week. Now if I do sound a wee bit tired or a wee bit lacklustering or a wee bit rubbish today, it's just because I went for my COVID jag yesterday and the side effects are, kind of feeling tired and looking a wee bit shit. So I'm sorry if I'm not feeling 100% today, but I'm still pumped for today's video because today we're doing something very special, very different. And I know I say that about each video, but today we are doing the top 10 most epic, or not most epic, the top 10 most valuable vehicles in this game. And valuable, I mean as in OP, as in what I think is great about the vehicle. So guys, I'm going to be doing this in under 10 minutes as much as I can, and I'm going to be going through each nation as quick as I can. So guys, if you do want to see more of these top 10s, make sure you leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, because you will get a shout out at the end of the video. And without further ado, let's do this. So we're going to start off with the M2A3 Bradley. Now personally, I think this vehicle is absolutely brilliant because number one, it has a nice autocannon which can deal with light vehicles, infantry, and even other tanks, partially because it has also missiles on it as well, or I think missiles as part of the tank. So it has anti-tank defense capabilities as well. So, and also it has like some nice spaced armor at the front, dealing with like any other vehicle similars with auto cannons as well, such as maybe a BMP. And also has side skirts or extra armor at the side as well, which I think really awesome. Mobility I think is absolutely great as well. Able to get in positions really quickly. Has also a lot of machine guns to it as well, for just in case the autocannon is reloading. Then this thing is really just an awesome vehicle. Next one we're going to move on is to the M1126 Striker ICV MK19. Try and say that 10 times fast when you're drunk. Anyway, another reason why I really do love this vehicle and it's in my top 10 is because it has this that has a cage which basically stops, I think, heat shells and rocket missile shells, I believe. But if I'm not correct, of course you guys can let me know down in the comments. But of course this thing can also just adds this extra protective armor, with of course having a main gun on it with the grenade launcher, as you can see, which also is really good for dealing with lightly armored vehicles and groups of enemy if they're crowded together. And also it's just the mobility on this is really good as well, so it can get into position really quickly, and that's why it's in my top 10. Okay, next one is in the last American tree is the M1A2 Abrams. Now personally, I think this is better than the Tusk, because even though you're probably thinking, well Zero, why would you not pick the Tusk? Because I'll tell you, because I think this tank is 300 points cheaper than the M1A2 Tusk, because this one's 1,600 and this one's 1,300, and also the M1A2 Tusk just has better armor. Everything's pretty much the same. I believe the gun's the same. I believe the armor is actually slightly better, and I believe the mobility is actually slightly better, although I could be wrong in that. And it probably has more machine guns as well on it, for its secondaries. But to be honest, I think this is a very good starter tank for if you're dealing with any medium to hard vehicles, such as maybe a Leo 2A5 or maybe like a T62, or even other like T80Us, I believe, as well. So definitely a very good vehicle that is in my top 10. Alright guys, now that's the Americans done, I'm going to be moving on to the next faction, which is Germany. So let's go into the next top 10, and then you'll get to see what my next top picks are. Alright guys, welcome back. So now we are looking at Germany, and my next top 10 picks for the vehicles in Call to Arms is, we're going to be looking at the Marder 1A, the SPZ, the Panzer Marder 1A3. Now personally, I think this vehicle is absolutely amazing. It's absolutely great because, again, it has that same autocannon as a Bradley, but even though the Bradley is more armored and probably better suited, this vehicle has some sloped armor, as you can see, and and that's what we'll be talking about in my next couple of vehicles. But with this sloped armor, you can make the sloped armor work to make it to your advantage when you're up against other autocannons, such as maybe a Bradley, such an example, or another BMP, or even more armored vehicles, such as maybe a tank even. Then the sloped armor does really come into use, because it can be quite a trollish armor scheme over here. And also with that autocannon, as well as a missile. Not as many as a Bradley, but it definitely does have the advantage of taking on another tank as well from a sneaky position if you get it into one. And also mobility is really good as well. So definitely overall another one of my favourites, my top 10. Next is the Leopard 2A4. Now, I didn't pick the 2A5, I didn't pick the 2A7. The reason I picked the 2A4 because I've played this vehicle so many times in the campaigns. I've managed to repair it and stolen it from the Germans when I was playing the Russian campaign, and honestly it's just a really good, well-rounded tank. Honestly, you can even though it does have some weak points, you know, and it may not have a great gun to deal with those T90Ms or, you know, even a Brad or even an Abrams, but overall it can deal some serious damage, and it's such a great vehicle to start off with. You know, I believe this thing only cost 1011 HP, and you get more options than the Americans, because you only get 2 tanks in the Americans. You only get the M1A2 and the M1A2 Tusk, and that's about it. But you have more options with the Germans, and the 2A4 is honestly just such a good starting tank if you want to just kill those T72s, and you know, you can definitely hold your ground with it. So that is the Leopard 2A4. Next, we're going on to the GTK Boxer GMW. Now, again, what I was talking about with the Marder over here, you've got that nice sloped armor, which helps you to bounce those autocannons, such as the Bradleys, who can go through you if they shoot you long enough, but you can definitely stand your ground. And also you have the same as what I was talking about with the Americans. You have this grenade launcher, and this time I believe it fires in 3 or it just fire, you know, 1 shot at a time. But to be honest, I think again, grenade launcher great with dealing with groups of enemy, as also as with light vehicles such as supply trucks, or even lightly armored vehicles such as even like a Dingo or similar vehicles to those. So there you go, guys. That is my top. That's in the Germans with it. That's my top 10 with the Germans. Okay, moving on to the last faction which I will do, which is Russian. So let's do this. Okay, guys, welcome back. So now we're looking at the Russian tanks, or Russian vehicles I should say, in my top 10. So first we're going to start off with the Gaz Tiger AGS. Now the reason I've picked this in my top 10 is because it has 2 main guns on it, which is the grenade launcher and the machine gun on it as well, which honestly is just a combination of awesomeness, because no other light armored vehicle actually has this. Not the Americans, not the Germans, not any of the allies even have, you know, on the same tank or even on the same vehicle, because you have the PKP Pechning, which is good with dealing with the infantry and, you know, and armored vehicles, or and also I don't know why I just started there, but and also if you want to deal with kind of the lightly armored vehicles, you have the grenade launcher as well on this. So you're literally having an awesome combination of 2 in 1. Literally, it's honestly one of the best options I would recommend. And even though it does cost a wee bit more, you know, at 445 than the other ones, but to be honest, it's totally worth it. And I wouldn't even maybe getting the BDR M2M or the BTR, you know, any of those, because to be honest, it's honestly just thing is awesome. Next, we're going to be moving on to the T72B. Now, this tank, I could have picked, you know, the T72B3, and you might be thinking, well, Zero, what's the difference? Well, to be honest, the T72B3 is just better, even though they look similar and they have, and, you know, they do have, you know, their similarities. But to be honest, the T72B3 is better, but the reason I chose this T72B is because, again, it's a very good starting tank, and if you're choosing between the T72B and the T72B3, I would go for the T72B, because even though they cost exactly the same points, it's just the fact that this thing is just a well-balanced tank. There's nothing really wrong with it. It has a very good gun, a 125mm gun. It has a decent mobility, it has decent armor. There's nothing really wrong with this tank. And to be honest, I couldn't go wrong, and it'd definitely be my first pick against a Leo 2A4 or an Abrams 2A1, if I said that right. Sorry, an Abrams 1A2. I don't know, I'm saying it wrong. Anyways, so yes, T72B, very good tank. Next, we have to pick, I'm sorry, but I had to pick it, the T90M. And I know I tried to be, kind of fair on this point with not picking the best tanks of all time. But to be honest, when it comes to the T90M, you can't go wrong with this tank. It has literally everything that the Abrams Tusk that doesn't have. It's better than the 2A7. It's better than the Tusk. I'm sorry, but that's just my personal opinion. You guys can, of course, your personal opinions can change. But to be honest, I just absolutely love this vehicle. It has a very, very nasty gun, a 125. It also has some very good armor, some side skirts as well. Also, you can see the cage that behind. As earlier discussed with the Americans, which stops, I presume, like rocket launchers and heat shells, or HE shells as well. So overall, and it also has like this automatic machine gun, so you don't need an actual crew member to go in it, because as you know that when a person's in the machine gun, it gets taken down very easily. So with this automatic machine gun, you don't have to endanger your crew, which is absolutely an awesome feature. So guys, there we go. That is it for today. That is my top 10 favorite vehicles, not vehicles because I don't want to say that, my top 10 favorite armored vehicles / tanks in Call to Arms. Now if you guys want me to do maybe a top 10 infantry, and then see how we go with there, because I'd actually like to see what your thoughts are on your favorite infantry as well, if that makes sense. So guys, there we go. That's it, my top 10 for today, guys. I hope you did enjoy this. Again, if you want me to do more of these, then let me know. Leave a like on this video. Let's see if we can try and get this video to 20 likes, then I will definitely do more of these. Other than that, guys, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching and all your support, and I will not see, no, I'm joking, I will see you in the next video. But we're not finished there yet. We have got some subscriber shoutouts to do. So guys, if you are new to the channel and you've never been to this channel before, I will give a subscriber shoutout to anybody who does subscribe. It's just part of the channel, and if you don't like it, well, you know where to go. So a big shoutout to Jaguar XFR 666. Thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Scotty squad. I know it sounds very lame. And also a big shout out to William Weekies. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name right. Welcome to the Scotty squad. And also a big shout out to Days Z Fun. Thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Scotty squad. And I think that's it. Oh, and also a big shout out to Fortress 22 as well. Welcome to the Scotty squad. And also a big shout out to Dylan Nelson. Again, welcome to the Scotty squad. And I think that's it. Also, a big shout out to Sebastiano Brion. Thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Scotty squad. And a big shout out to Adam Y. Again, big shout out to you guys as well. And I think that's it. I think that's it. So there you go. Thank you to everybody who is subscribing. I will put all the names on the screen right now to have subscribed. So guys, thank you so much for watching and all your support, and I will see you in the next video. See you later, and goodbye.